Hello and welcome back to the workshop. Most of the things that I turn or make, I donate to charity shops for them to sell. There are the occasional bits for family and stuff, but also even then, anything I make I will try and sell, even for a small donation, and 100% of everything I make goes to my chosen charity. And we are now almost the end of August, so we're getting towards that time of the year where we're trying to make Christmas stuff, so you have to start a little bit early. And I'm going to try and make some salt cellars. I will show you making one of a pair that I'm going to try and make, and hopefully you will enjoy, and it might even give you some ideas for gifts for family and friends maybe, and we'll see how it goes. So here we go. Right, I have a piece of blackthorn here. It's about, I think it's about 50mm. Yeah, just short of 50mm or 2 inches diameter. I've left the length in case I have a bit of a moment, but I'm going to get this down to the shape that I've got in my head. Those are, I'm just marking what I think are going to be the positions of what I want to cut. Very happy with that shape. I've got this to finish off, but do that when I turn that round. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, I think I've got this down to about 40mm, if I remember right. 40mm, yes. So I'm going to, I bought off Amazon these little plugs. They go in the bottom. These are why these are just simple shakers, not grinders, I think is the other word. But I've done a few tests, and you've still got to be able to get your finger in, or a nail or something at the back of that once it is in place, to be able to get it back out again. So that's why this is 40mm, and I think this is about 28. So you really want minimum 32 diameter counter bore in the back of this. So I'll do a counter bore in the back of this, and then I can drill out the hole. 32mm diameter, forcing a bit, and I'm going to do this about 3 to 4mm deep. Bung that I showed you, let's say, they're about 25.5mm ish, about an inch ish. So I'm going to put a 25mm portion bit down the centre to the depth I've decided, which is, I mean, this is going to be about 55ish tall. So if I do 50 including that point, then that gives us plenty, I think. So if I set that, there we go, you can just see what I'm trying to do. Tell you what, there we go. Right, so if I set that for 50 to the point, we'll go from there like that with the setup. And right, so what I'm going to do is just line that up with the very front, and that's set me gauge on the readout, so that's there. So the point of this is just level with this face here, so then I'm going to go 50mm deep. I think 50 would just take it to just inside this radius. So turn that down a little bit. There we go. Right, so you've actually got a counter bore of just short of 45mm, which is going to be about there. I was trying to explain with the bung, so that will then go in there nicely, sit below the surface so it sits on this face, and you can still get a nail to get it back out. I want to try a little trick here. Well, I can't say it's a trick, but it's something that I don't know if anybody follows Richard Rappin on YouTube. If they don't, they ought to, if they need to learn how to turn wood. But he uses a little trick. It's hiding something in plain sight, let's say. Now I've measured from the top of this. Oh, can't see it, can you? There we go. Try again. I've measured from the top of this here, which is that there. Can you see? Yeah, I think so. To the next step down, and it's about 9mm. So what I'm hoping to be able to do is, if I put a mark, I'll put more than that, but just this is the important one. So if I put this 8mm line, do another 8mm, so all I'm going to do now is just wire burn it. And the plan is that the front jaw here will sit inside this first groove but not mark any of this. I'm hoping that's going to work, but I'm not sure. Now, I have sanded up inside, outside, cove, just up to here for now. I think excuse me, I think what I will do is I will finish it all when it is all done. Get this parted off now. Right then, let's see whether our Richard Rapin's idea works, or I've done it properly, one or both. His idea is that you can hold things in features or whatever that you just never see. Right, I think I've actually, now you can just nip that up. I mean that's not going anywhere, so it means I can do that, and it's running very true. I'm actually, let's see if I can zoom you in a little bit nearer. There we go, that's a bit better. I've got the bead that I sort of wanted. If I sharpen the flat up a little bit there, I might even leave that and I can scrape that. Yeah, let's try that. I think I'm going to go with that. Something a bit different. I'm creating myself a bit more work when I've got to try and copy it, but that's the fun of this. But yeah, I quite like that. I think actually I'm going to drill one hole for this one. So this one centre. Yeah, so right, I'm going to take this out since it's worked so well, and we get to find out whether anything's marked. So I can't see anything there, and I also can't feel anything, so that's a great trick. So there we go, 90% finished little salt cellar. Right, we're back. I have two reasonably, I'll show you a bit more detail at the end, but reasonably similar. It was going quite well till I made a bit of a mistake, but never mind. So I'm just going to buff these up. This last one, the buffing wheel, is carnauba wax. That gives off a very nice finish, and the carnauba wax is a bit more hard wearing than just adding ordinary beeswax. Right, so they're finished. Very pleased with them. There are slight variations, unfortunately, but I am not a professional wood turner, so I'm quite happy to live with that. I got a bit carried away, I think, but I quite enjoyed myself. There's a few there. I'll probably do a few more as well. Maybe make it up to the half dozen, but there's a few different shapes and sizes, but I've quite enjoyed that. So hopefully you've enjoyed watching that, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Yeah.